Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Ron's audio chat series, number 29. We are back in the swing of answering some questions. This evening, we are going to kind of change the pattern of how we've done this in the past. We are going to talk about a specific topic, and then based on that topic, we are going to ask Ron some questions. And as always, Ron does such a great job in answering it. So the topic for this evening is the word manifestation. And so, Ron, first off, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah,
That's
eager
that's
to
really
to begin and eager to get into this, see what the Spirit has to say.
fantastic. And then I've got also Mr. and Mrs. Mouse here. How are you all doing?
Hello.
Hi,
We're
we're doing
great.
great. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
asking. So fun to be back.
Absolutely. And as always, we appreciate everyone here in the listening of these and the hope that this does really resonate with you and provide some additional support and information. So, with that, we'll go ahead and get started. We've got a series of questions to ask. And so the first one, Ron, under the title Manifestation, Ron, can you discuss the purpose and the process of manifestation? How does it work?
It's an excellent question, and there's probably more questions as I give this answer that may be answered at the same time. Um, we when we came to third dimension, we basically shut ourselves down and crammed ourselves into these little bodies because we're massive spiritual beings, highly evolved spiritual beings. Um, we were created by Prime Creator. The question here is it who is Prime Creator or what is Prime Creator? And the question, who is Prime Creator, is inappropriate. It's what is Prime Creator? Now, Prime Creator is pure intelligence. It's a massive, I don't know how to, that intelligence is what they are, as well as pure love and pure perfected. Now, when they call it, say, we are children of God. Well, in the third dimension, we are born, and they say we're born in image and likeness of God. But the reality is that it's more like we are expressed out, and we're taking a portion of the prime intelligence, prime creator's intelligence, and individuating a portion of it, the greatest amount that each of us can take. And it's a massive amount as because there's a massive amount of pure intelligence. And so, what is pure intelligence? What is God? What is Creator? Prime Creator? It's pure intelligence, and from that comes everything else. We're created to be creators. We're given a portion of the total intelligence of pure love and pure intelligence, and we are given a portion of the entirety, and that's our God spark. That's what we are, individuated from Prime Creator. And I'm going into some detail here because it's important for us to understand. When we were expressed out, and we were given a charge to create anything we want. We are the creators, the children of Prime Creator, if we want to call it that, the expression of Prime Creator expressed out into individuation. We are given the responsibility, the privilege, perhaps, of creating anything we want. Now, along with that comes we are given free agency to create anything we want. Now, in that create anything we want and having been given free agency, they say in third dimension and from cabal type of manipulations that there is a judgment bar of God, and there is not. There is no judgment from Prime Creator. If you had a chance to talk with Prime Creator, he would see you as his perfected individual that he created. I say he, I don't mean to, they create. At that level, they're androgynous. There's no division between male and female. And in all spiritual entities, there is no individuation between male and female. It is only when we are projected into third dimension that we are separated into male and female. In physicality, that's the way it is, male and female. In the spirit world, they're not separated and never will be. So we as creators create things that we want to create. Who do you think created the bad stuff? If people wanted to see what they're not, then they create things that we are not, so that we can see how the perfection can be distorted. Is there a punishment for that? No, there's no punishment from God. There's only consequences of what you do. And you cannot get away from consequences of what you create. And so there's a certain amount of parameters upon which you can create. And those parameters are that you do no harm. And if you do, then there's consequences for that. Now, it's administered in the physicality that the punishment, or not punishment, but the consequences of our actions are given to us in physicality. They're not part of our spirits. They're not part of the spiritual world, because the spiritual world is perfection, total love, total intelligence. And we come down into we've created from that position, we've created the third dimension and all things that are associated with that. I'm going off a little bit on in depth here, because now we get down to the earth. We have a veil of forgetfulness. Who created the veil of forgetfulness? We did, because there are parts of us, individuals, humans, that were taken over by the dark side, and only the creators can create. The dark side cannot. So they overtook us and distorted our lives to the point where we didn't know that we are our own creators, that we are creators. They took over us, and now our creation is being used by them for their purposes. Creators created the jet aircraft and the bullets and the bombs and all of that sort of stuff for the bad side, for the dark side. They could not do that themselves. So they got us to do it, and that's why there's so much badness in the world, because we created it for the bad guys. Now, in the beginning, we had our DNA shut down, basically 10 out of the 12 strands of DNA. Who do you think could do that? Very highly evolved people with I'm not saying evolved spiritually, but they've been evolved in a in constructing things, technologies. They've been really good at that, and that's why we as came to third dimension, we didn't know who we are. Look what we're doing. We're creating things for them. Now, they want us to remember things in the past. Remember the Holocaust so it won't happen again. It won't happen again if we don't quit remembering it. Why? That which you focus on is what you will manifest. Now, I see there's a couple of 2 or 3 more questions that deal with the same thing. And we'll go through it again a little bit on those questions. Manifestation comes as a result of your thoughts, and your thoughts are controlled. I'll say controlled, manipulated by your focus. You remember things from the past. Whenever you get a chance to think about things, we don't think about the future because we don't know that it exists. But we can think about the past because those are the experiences that we went through. In going through those experiences, we had our pain and our suffering. Now, my mother passed away, but the last maybe 10 years of her life, when she was having problems, that's all she wanted to talk about. She was recreating her negative health issues because that's what she focused on. And the heavens are very clear in this. The universal laws are what you focus on is what you're going to create, or what is given for the heavens to fulfill the creation process. You're created, but we create by our thoughts. If you don't believe me, then you're going to have a real serious hard time in the fifth dimension, because you create by thoughts. If you don't learn how to create or to control your thoughts, you're going to create all kinds of wild things. And at that level, it's not really good for you to be in the fifth dimension. And you're not resonating there, so you won't be there. That's what I'm trying to say. Because if you're creating bad things, you're not vibrating high enough to be involved in the fifth dimension. Now, these are things that if you don't understand them, if you don't spend the time pondering over these things to come to a better conclusion about them, you're going to go through it again until you're damn sick and tired of being where you are and want to change. And it's in the wanting and the change, and you put forth your intentions to change, and then you start focusing on that, and that's what makes the changes. That's what you manifest. So I'm hoping that this all makes sense. You are the creators. We are the creators. When you focus on something, that's what we create with our minds and thoughts. Well, that's all that the powers that be see us focusing on that, and then they think that's what we want. So they just produce it. If you focus on the good, you'll get good. If you focus on the bad, you'll get bad. The heavens are anxious to provide you with what you focus on. And it makes no difference to us what we focus on, because they're there to fulfill the creation process. That's their job. That's what they do. You focus on something that you want, and it goes into matter unorganized and organizes it and manifests it to you in physicality. That's the way it works. Okay, that answers that. How does it work? That's how it works. Maybe we should go on to the next one, and I won't take so long.
Oh, no, gosh, that was great, Ron. I really appreciate the opening of this discussion because I think it's an important topic for people. Many people have asked about it. So thank you for the information here. We're going to go into a little deeper conversation about manifestation. And so with that, we'll be right back with the next question.
Good.